guns as potent as the blood of addicted kids who raised in the midst of disarray found their heroin in heroin. Entire provinces cultivated by the busy hands of farmers whose crops corrupt the children of others in the simple hope of raising their own. All while the bursting balls of war's growing against Afghanistan are broken by the distant brothers of men whose blood stained battlefields in World War I as poppies blossomed, and were broken by the distant brothers of men whose blood stained battlefields in Afghanistan as poppies blossomed. It was a long 1979 Afghan winter when Soviet troops stormed Kabul. 64 years after poppies grew in Normandy, they were reborn, multiplying in the shadows of mountains. All while American dollars were funneled to drug-trading farmer fighters to convince farmers to build flowers that would fund guns and grenades to drive out young Russian conscripts caught in combat. 22 years before American dollars were funneled to bulldozers and eradication plans to stop drug-trading fighters from convincing farmers to build flowers that would fund guns and grenades to drive out young NATO soldiers caught in combat. All while almost half of a nation's economy is run by flowers. Flowers to which 15 million are addicted. Flowers that kill more Russians a year than the entire Soviet invasion of Afghanistan. Flowers whose kind beware in remembrance. Remembering the soldiers whose memories are washed with the scent of muddy trenches and the sight of dusty guns. Remembering soldiers who, like the farmers whose flowers from the bullets feed fear, find themselves at the stem of something they may believe is wrong, but know provides. So they fight, and so flowers grow, all while almost 5 times more people die of heroin addiction each year in NATO nations than NATO soldiers have died since 2001. If the purpose of this war on terror is to educate, then why don't we start by teaching the simple concepts of supply and demand? By explaining that as long as heroin burns on our silver spoons, no field will grow wheat when more lucrative flowers can blossom. It was the Taliban who stopped poppies from growing in Afghan fields. But with the invasion, they abandoned their plans of poppy obliteration, proving that the poppy is a flower of war. That be it in Flanders fields or Kabul, it feeds on the greed and corruption that fertilizes battlegrounds. So no NATO strategy of crop substitution will work, because the poppy has always been a flower of war, blowing between the crosses. And as long as our soldiers lie in Afghan fields, row on row, the poppy will blossom.